marinated before.
Wait, come back here. Come back. Look at the camera.
Eating well can feel impossible. Trust me, I know as a college senior who's about to graduate soon. In between all of your classes, late night study sessions, and tight budgets, eating well can feel impossible, but meal prep doesn't have to be boring or stressful. Today, I'm gonna be showing you guys 3 of my favorite meals that have gotten me through college. These have saved me stress, time, and money in between everything. And they actually taste good. These meals are gonna range from level 0 recruit difficulty, perfect for my beginners, into high quality restaurant meals for only a fraction of the price. Price breakdowns are also gonna be included in case you guys want a budget for this. So if you guys are ready, let's go ahead and start cooking.
Oh my god. Look at that.
This has been one of my go-to meals throughout college because it's also very versatile. You don't have to eat it as a rice ball. You can turn it into like a Korean rice bowl by adding any leftover vegetables, meats or proteins, or even a fried egg inside. That's really good with it as well. So if you guys do decide to give this a try, let me know what you guys think. All right, let's go and get started. First thing you're obviously gonna do is make some rice. This is the I don't care. Okay. So we're first measure out our rice right here. You guys probably know how to make rice, but in case any of you guys are new, I'll show you guys a little quick tutorial. So I'm first getting about 1.5 cups of rice. See, there's a little measuring line, 1.5 cups. And you want to make sure that you wash your rice. There's nothing complicated or special about it, so you want to keep washing it until it runs semi-clear. That way you don't get mushy rice. Alrighty, as you guys can see, the water is pretty clearish, still a little bit murky, but should be fine. Alright, there's usually instructions on your rice if you guys don't know how much water to put, or what people like to do is just a little finger rule. So the first knuckle. I need a little bit more water. The water's right about there, but you want it right at the first knuckle right there. So, all right, that looks good. We're just gonna go ahead and start the rice cooker. All right, and we got 60 minutes. So in that meantime, we're gonna be prepping the rest of our ingredients. So while the rice is prepping, we're gonna be kind of just doing everything else. This is how you maximize efficiency when it comes to meal prepping. While one thing is cooking, you're doing another thing. I am gonna start off by slicing up the Spam right here. Is there like a quick way to get Spam out or something? All right, start up by dicing up the Spam. All right, now that we have all of our Spam sliced up, I actually have this really cool nifty vegetable chopper. I'm gonna show you guys how to use it. So this is gonna be a lifesaver, especially if you guys are not a big fan of chopping up vegetables or anything like that. So I was gonna cut up the Spam into little bite-sized chunks. Let's see. As you guys can see, it's definitely working. Like, isn't that amazing? Just give the kimchi a little dice, make sure it's small little bits so it doesn't fall out, especially when you're eating it. Alrighty, kimchi is all cut up. I'm gonna go ahead and add some extra seasonings into there as well. We're gonna go ahead and add some organic toasted sesame oil. I usually just eyeball things, so give a little drizzle over everything right there. This is also our star ingredient right here too. We're gonna go ahead and add some gochujang right here. Just get a little tablespoon of that. Alright, once all the ingredients are combined in there, just give it a mix. I'm gonna give it a little taste too. This is also where you start experimenting with the flavor profile. So I want this a little bit more sweet, so I'm gonna add an extra little drizzle of honey. You guys don't have to do this, especially if you guys don't have it already, but you can add some sugar if you want it to be a little bit sweeter. This is what it means to cook, guys, is to have fun with your ingredients and make everything the way you want it to. You don't have to follow everything exactly by like a video or like a cookbook. It's just all about what you guys want to do and how your preferences are, just to add a little bit of extra sweetness. All right, our rice just finished up, guys. Just give it a little bit of a fluff. Our rice is all finished up. I'm just gonna go ahead and Add a couple scoops of the rice into the little kimchi spam mixture right here. That's what it looks like. Now we're just gonna give it a good mix. And I forgot to actually add this. This is some furikake right here. Not a necessary ingredient, but such a good topping onto rice. Literally everything, eggs. It makes everything taste so much better. It adds a little bit of a crunch. All right, so this is what everything looks like once it's all mixed up. Doesn't that look so delicious? We're gonna go ahead and turn these into rice balls right here. I'm using this little rice ball mold I got from Daiso for like $1.75. You can do these with your hands, but it's just gonna be a lot easier if you have a little mold right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and add the mixture in there. All right, you kind of want to just fill it up halfway like that and give a little sprinkle of mozzarella in the middle. And then you're gonna go ahead and just top it up with a little bit of extra rice. Put a little top on there. Just give it a little press just to make everything nice and compact. There you go. And I have a little sheet that I'm gonna be adding it onto, so you just dump it there. Isn't that beautiful? That's the first rice ball. All right, the rice balls are all finished up right here. I made about 9 servings. So I would recommend popping however much you want in the air fryer right now. Just cook them up, make them a little bit crispy, and then just throwing the rest in the freezer and taking them out whenever you are craving one of these. I went ahead and threw 4 in the air fryer. We're gonna go ahead and cook this up. To dress these up a little bit more, I'm gonna give a little squeeze of Kewpie mayo on top. And some extra furikake. And now, let's see a cheese pull.
Oh my god.
I still have a good amount of the rice left right over here. There's probably about 4 or 5 more servings there, but I'm gonna save the rest of this for another meal. Probably eat it with an egg or something, so. For the next recipe, we're going to be making Thai red curry soup. Super simple, easy, and delicious, and perfect for the cold winter season. What I love about this recipe is that it uses tons of different interchangeable ingredients, so if you have any leftover vegetables or proteins in your fridge that you want to get rid of, go ahead and throw it into the soup and it will taste delicious regardless. I recently discovered Thai curry about a year ago, and since I have not been able to stop making it. It's become one of my staple dishes for college meal prepping. If you guys want to see how I make it, which is by no means authentic, but it's what I already have laying around, so let's go and get started. So to start off the recipe, I'm going to be dicing up half an onion. Now, you don't have to use as much onion as I do, but I love onions. And I'm going to throw it into my vegetable chopper right here. The vegetable dicer is perfect for people who are a little bit OCD like I am, and they want like all of the vegetable like the same shape. Next thing we're going to do is dice up a red bell pepper. How I do it, I cut the top and I kind of just cut along the sides. And you're going to have a pit, I just cut out the pit. For our next vegetable, we're going to be using white mushrooms. Mine already comes sliced, so I'm not going to do much to it. Just throw it in the soup whenever it's time. Next thing we're going to do is just mince some garlic up. So what you're going to do is smash the garlic with the back of your knife and peel. Once all of our garlic is peeled, we're going to go ahead and mince it up. Next, we're going to be chopping up some potatoes. I'm going to be going back in with my vegetable chopper just to help me quickly chop up these potatoes. I'm also going to just be mincing up some ginger really quick here. Once all of our vegetables are chopped up, we're going to be dicing up our chicken. I am using boneless, skinless chicken thighs right here. All right, we're going to start off by sauteing our aromatics. I had a little bit of olive oil in there. Throw on the ginger, garlic, and the white onions. Once the vegetables have finished sauteing, I'm going to go ahead and add in my Thai red curry paste. Once the paste is in there, we're just going to go ahead and give everything a mix. All right, once you have finished sauteing your curry paste, you're going to go ahead and add in the coconut milk. I had about half of the can in. And we're going to also add our chicken broth. I'm adding in about half of the bottle, but again, we measure with our hearts in this household. And it depends on how much you guys want to make as well. Once all of that is combined, I'm gonna go ahead and just add in the rest of my vegetables, like my potatoes, my red bell peppers, and my mushrooms. All right, now we're gonna let this simmer for about 15 minutes. All right, once I've let my vegetables simmer, I'm gonna go ahead and add in the chicken. All we gotta do now is just let the soup simmer for about another 15 minutes and then it will be ready. So I've turned off the heat because the curry is basically done. Now let's give it a little taste test. It tastes so good. It hits the spot every time. I'm gonna add a few more things in. This is completely optional again, but I'm gonna give a squeeze of lime in there. I like my soups a little bit citrusy, especially Thai curry. I'm gonna add in a dash of fish sauce. A little bit of heavy cream just because I want the soup a little bit creamier and more rich. All right, and I'm gonna add a little bit of honey in there just for a little bit of extra sweetness. You can use sugar if you want as well. And let's give it one last taste. That's perfect. To anyone who's still with me through this video, thank you for staying tuned. Let's go ahead and do a quick recap. So we've gone from lazy day snacks to quick weeknight dinners, and now we're going to be treating ourselves, but on a budget. Let's go ahead and recreate Chipotle's iconic bowls without the extra double guac charge.
Can I help you? First thing you're going to want to do when it comes to making your homemade Chipotle bowls is pre-marinating your skirt steak. So I used a super simple lazy girl marinade using hot Chipotle seasoning, honey, lime, onions, and cilantro. And the honey and the lime will sort of act as a natural meat tenderizer, so your carne asada will be super tender and not tough and dry, especially for a tougher cut of meat like skirt steak. The way I do it is I just throw all the ingredients in a Ziploc bag and then just give everything a shake. Now, you would normally want to leave this overnight, but if you're in a time crunch, 30 minutes will be fine. It'll infuse the flavor. It might not be as tender though, but... Alrighty, this is the next day update. My steak has been marinating overnight already, so now I'm just going to go ahead and throw it on the pan. Alright, so once you've finished cooking up your steak, you want to make sure that you cut against the grain of the steak. This is how you ensure your carne asada is super tender. Look at that. The steak turned out perfect. And I can hear all the comments already, alright? Moo, 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 moo. This is the steak all finished up right here. Let's go ahead and give one a try. Oh my god. This might actually be one of the best carne asadas I've ever made.
Alright, next thing we're gonna do is make our pico. I already have all the vegetables diced up. We're gonna add our Roma tomatoes, onions, jalapeno, lime juice, and sprinkling of salt. And I almost forgot, but we're gonna wanna add cilantro in there as well. For the rice, I'm just going to be adding lime juice and cilantro. And to make sure I really prevent it from browning, take some saran wrap and make sure you press that saran wrap into the guac. If you guys are still with me, we're gonna go ahead and do the very last step. I'm gonna be making my own version of corn salad. I'm not a big fan of Chipotle's corn salad. This is how I like to make mine. And we're just gonna brown this. We're gonna go ahead and add our jalapeno and some white onions.
I added
Some chili powder and a little bit of garlic powder in there too.
Alright,
Once the corn has cooked down, I'm gonna go ahead and just add my sour cream in there. I turned off the heat. Now I'm gonna add my queso fresco, or Mexican crumbling cheese. And the heat from the pan is gonna melt that cheese too. Oh, it's gonna be superb. Alright, now that we got all the hard stuff out of the way, let's go ahead and pack my lunch for tomorrow. I have this really cute Daiso lunchbox. It was like $3, and I also have these little containers as well that I would put like the wok and the pico in, just because I don't like packing everything together, especially if I'm going to heat up the rice and the steak. And that's my lunch all packed up. This is my bowl right here. Check it out, guys. Isn't that beautiful? Let's go ahead and give it a try. This wraps up the video. Thank you everyone so much for sticking through to the end. I know it's been a long, adulterous journey. If you guys decide to try any of these recipes, let me know. I would love to see your recreations. And make sure you guys give this video a like and a subscribe as well. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye everyone.